did was I pressure washed the new one, or the one we're getting in there, and then I drained the fluid in the transfer case and the transmission. And I put PV Blaster on all the bolts I'm going to have to remove. So when you're working on a truck, make sure you do that, especially if you have a rusty truck. Pulled the drive shaft out, the rear one at least. I needed the front one next. It wasn't too hard, 4 bolts, and it just slid out of the transmission. Make sure you got an oil pan under the transmission transfer case, so that when you do pull it out, it's gonna leak oil. They're just gonna pour oil out of there, because that's where the end of the drive shaft's going through. But this is it. It's just a drive shaft. This is the end that goes into the axle. And then that's the end that goes into the transfer case. So we're gonna pull the front one out and then start pulling support bars and other stuff out from under the transmission. So see you guys at time lapse. Alright, so I got the front of the drive shaft out and the front differential. It's off of there. See it? It's the rest on the exhaust pipe. That's the first step. You gotta take the front off, and then you go over to the back part of the differential. You can't really see up in there, but there's another 4 bolts in there bolting it onto the transfer case. And you have to unbolt it from the transfer case and the differential. So I'm gonna get up in there and take the skid plate off, which is a few bolts. The drive shaft's out. I got the front drive shaft and the rear drive shaft out. There's the front one, the rear one. The front one you have to undo the bolts on both ends. So these two and then those two have a clamp that clamp down. And then on the rear one, you just undo these two and pull it out of the transmission. You got the skid plate off for the transfer case. We're gonna take the part of the exhaust off because it goes under the whole transmission, so that just needs to pop out. And then we'll take the crossbar off and undo the gear selector, the 4-wheel drive selector, and the inside. And I'll show you guys whenever you're doing the front drive shaft and you want to turn it. This is what mine looks like. I know some people have the electric one up here, but this is what mine looks like. So whenever I wanted to stop the drive shaft from moving, I'd go into 4 high, because it's just easy. And then whenever I wanted to move it, I put it into 2 high, because then it would be basically the front drive shaft would be in neutral. So these two is what I did. So I'm just gonna leave it in 2 high for now. That'll work just fine, because there's no drive shaft in there anymore. So I'm gonna take this piece of exhaust off. It goes from both the headers off into the catalytic converters, as you can see, all the way back to the muffler and then out the side of the truck. So I'm gonna pull that off. It's like 6 bolts. So there's 3 on each side. So I'm not gonna videotape that because it's kind of hard to get to, but it's just up in here. The bolts are up in there. you gotta take the O2 sensors off too. We've got the exhaust off from the cat up to the headers, and we undid the coolant lines or transmission lines, and undid most electronics, O2 sensors, undid those lines, took off the neutral safety switch, which if you've never done this before and you haven't watched any videos on this, you'll know that these little, here, let me get a light over here. You'll know that these two switches here are a common problem, because there is a screw hole right there and the bolt goes through there, and it's just kind of a design that isn't favored very much, which comes with these K1500s and these 4L60 transmissions. But we're gonna get a new safety switch in here, and just be aware whenever you're doing this of this problem. Just something we gotta deal with. Undid the selector on the transfer case and the transmission, and now we're about to start undoing this. I already undid a little bit. 1, 2, 3, 4, and then 5, 6 over here. Alright, so we got the bottom of the bell housing off, it's right there. And we got the torque converter unbolted. So now we're gonna go ahead and start undoing the cross member under the transmission. Put some wood under it, jack it up. We don't have a transmission kit jack, so we're just gonna use a motorcycle jack. Same kind of basic design. So. Motorcycle jack should work just fine. Just put some 2x4s under the oil pan and jack it up, get some tension on there, and then I'll start undoing the cross member bolts. So, see you guys there. Alright, so I'm getting ready to loosen the cross member bolts on the transmission, and this jack that I'm using here is about 2 inches too short to go on this pan. This is a deep dish pan, so it's a little bit lower. And so I measured the jack, and I got a piece of 2 by 2.5, and made this little jank. It's 2.5 inches tall. Go right on top of that thing, and hopefully we can slide this transmission out. Might have to lift up the side of the truck a little bit, but we're that much closer. Alright, so we got rid of all of the wiring harnesses, and we had to lift the truck up a little bit, and I got the rest of the bolts out. Still need that neutral switch. Just kind of disconnecting obvious things. It's not that hard, really. It's just literally whatever's connected to it that goes into the truck, like the wiring harness. Disconnect everything from the wiring harness. So now that we're done with that, We got it out of the truck. There it is. That's the whole transmission. This is transmission, transfer case, and then this is rear axle, front axle, and that's it. And then you got sensors throughout, right? But torque converter is already in there. We're gonna use this one on this transmission. But tonight I'm going to separate the transfer case from the transmission. Tomorrow I'm gonna pressure wash the transfer case, check it out, make sure nothing's all jacked, and get her connected onto there. And probably change the shift selector. If you look at that shift selector, it's like a hook. If you look at this shift selector is supposed to be right here. It's a plate, not a hook. So just gotta switch out the arms in there, and then as we're switching out the arms, go get a seal like this. It's literally it was 96 cents, and throw it in there real quick. Just this is a temporary transmission, but that's, put seals in while you can. That's kind of the point. I mean, this is a vent, nothing crazy. This should have been bolted on here, but the last guys didn't do that whenever they took the transmission out. This one's a temporary one. This one, in the next month or two, I'm gonna clean it up, and then next 6 months I'm gonna bulletproof it and make it so I can put some power to it. And then I'm gonna throw this one back in there, and then start adding power adders and all that garbage to the engine. So that's it. If you want to see the underside of the truck without a transmission in it, that's it. That big hole right there, that's where we're putting it back in. There's the flywheel. That's a whole harness right there for the whole transmission. There's the gear selectors, one for the transmission and one's for the transfer case for four-wheel drive. And then we just use a motorcycle jack. So we took the cross member out from the middle right there, and that up there is the engine block. And then we got some O2 sensors hanging down from the exhaust. But I'm gonna clean all this up, and I got some undercoat I gotta put under here.